here is a group of level 11 and 112 cogs. Since my tune is Dropless, what do you think is going to happen when I use a Bessie on these cogs? Well, you're about to find out. If you saw that right, the Bessie just hit. Dropless Toons no longer miss their SOS cards anymore if there's no stun. What used to happen was, if you were Dropless Toon and you tried to use a drop SOS on level 11 or 12 cogs, it would miss if there wasn't a gag that was used before it. And they fixed that recently. Well, they didn't even fix it. I don't think it was a bug, because it was like that with Disney for many years. But so then they recently, fixed it, and now it always works on all cogs, no matter what type of tune you are. And for same thing for a lure SOS. If you're a lureless tune, what used to happen was the cogs would unlure after like one round. It's technically supposed to last for 4 to 15 rounds. 15 if you use a little man. And of course, people were annoyed about the fact that SOS cards aren't supposed to miss like that. Like, that's not fair. But this has been a game mechanic for over 10 years. And of course, it's going to be something that people are used to at this point. And fixing that isn't going to make, like, fixing that is, it's already too late to fix it now at this point. But because a lot of people I know, at least, are actually upset that they did this. So, and I am like I am leaning towards like I'm leaning more negatively on this because of the fact that I went all the way to 137 laugh with having my drop SOS cards always miss, and now the game has just been made much easier to the point where I can go into like a VP or CFO and just spam Bessies by myself, and I can win. Or before I wasn't able to do that. I wasn't able to use Bessies like that before because I would need to have a stun with me for the level 11 and 12 cogs. But now, since I have the ability for my drop SOS cards to always hit, I don't have to worry about that anymore. I can just go into, if I have enough Bessies, I can go right into a CEO, just solo the whole thing with just Bessies. And I'm a dropless toon, and I can still do that. Which makes it much too easy for me to play the game almost. I'm 137 toon. And yeah, I understand that. Again, it's probably not fair that the SOS card is gonna miss for people who are dropless because it's an SOS card. It's supposed to hit. But think about it this way: a Bessie is a very powerful card, and you can use it for soloing any kind of boss. It's a very powerful card. So needing to have drop in order for it to work just seems fair because of how powerful it is. And basically, having a dropless toon and having the SOS card always work just makes it seem like, I don't know, at this point my toon has every single gag track because now I can just use a Bessie or a Franz whenever I want. And that's basically my drop track. You could say the same thing about tune-upless toons and doodles or soundless toons and a Mozart or something. But sound is used so often that most of the time a sound SOS card will be used by somebody who already has sound because they're out of it or something, or they need to get through, like it's like a level 7 gag almost. But of course, you could say the same thing about tune-up and doodles, but in this case, you actually need to spend loads of time training your doodle for this to actually work. So I can understand that yes, doodles are technically your tune-up gag track for tune-upless toons. You need to train them. It can be a lot more boring than training actual tune-up is. So it would be more of a privilege to have a tune-upless toon who has a max doodle, because it's much more boring than just training tune-up. Because you can't go into battles, you just have to sit there clicking speak for like hours and hours and hours. Like my doodle isn't max because I didn't want to sit down. on my computer for over 3 hours just, doing this for who knows how long. And then my doodle wouldn't even level up that much, right? He would only level up like maybe 2 levels, so it's not even worth it. Even jump. Like jump doesn't heal that much, and it's the easiest one for the doodle to learn. But it still does take a really long time to get that thing all the way to the top. Even with the doodle team, the doodle select team, I haven't been training them. It's just not something I can do. I was able to do it on die roll, but that was something I'm probably not going to do again. He's a tune-up with Toon, that's why I want to do it. Now he has every gag track, because I kind of earned that I kind of earned that privilege by maxing my doodle. So yeah, but then just completing a bunch of 10 VPs to get 20 Bessies. I can automatically go solo a CFO if I want to. It just seems way too easy now, honestly. And someone actually talked about this on, I think it was Facebook. I think it was on Facebook, or maybe it was Twitter. It was Twitter, yeah. They said, I don't have the page up, so I can't remember, but they said that the reason we did this was because rewards aren't supposed to miss. Like, you don't know that. You're not Disney. I think Disney originally wanted SOS card to miss for Toons who didn't have drop because of how powerful it is. So I don't think it was a bug that the besties would miss for Dropless 2. Sure, it was unfair, maybe. Maybe some people think it's unfair, but I don't think it was a bug. It's been a game mechanic ever since SOS cards came out. People always talked about it. You can watch videos about tips for Dropless Toons, stuff like that. Yes, bestie will always miss if you're either Dropless or you can even have drop, but it needs to be at least level 2. Like if you have a flower pot, a bestie will still miss on level 11 and 12 cards. And now they changed that so that just nullifies the whole thing. It doesn't matter anymore. As soon as I saw the person who said this, oh, you're not supposed to miss, you don't know this because you're not Disney. I'm pretty sure, again, it was an intentional thing that Disney did to make the game not as easy as it's supposed to be, right? But yeah, that's just my take on it. I personally don't agree with this update, but if the majority of the Toontown player base do think it's a good update, then I guess we're keeping it. But most of the people I know who are really high Toons don't seem to agree with it. But that's just my take on it. But I don't have many besties now, but I'll get more later on. And soon, I could just go to the CEO when I have enough besties and go solo him. I could do that, but I don't want to do that because I don't want to waste 30 besties. But I could do that if I was willing to waste that many besties. But I'm not going to do that.